What happens to all the stuff you recycle? All of this! Find out more on this episode of Durango Works. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Adrien. I'm the new hostess with the mostest for Durango Works.
Nice to meet you, Adrien.
You too. So we're here at the Recycle Center on this beautifully gorgeous, cloudy-ish day. So what do you do here?
Basically what I'm doing is when people come through to drop off, we monitor everything, make sure there's no contamination. That would be plastic bags, hard plastic, styrofoam, paper towels and napkins, things like that, to make sure all the recyclables are clean to go through our system.
What kind of recyclables do you take?
Plastic bottles, cardboard, paperboard, tin cans, aluminum cans, straws, plastic cups, any kind of flexible plastic, 1 through 7, but it has to be flexible.
Okay, awesome. And so what kind of recyclables don't you take?
No styrofoam, no hard plastics. We don't do scrap metal. Things like that would be like a different process.
Awesome. Oh, it looks like you might have someone coming in right now. Awesome. Well, real quick before he pulls up, how long have you been working at the Recycle Center?
Coming up on 3 years in October, and it's, quite an experience, all the dedicated people, that are committed to recycling and keeping everything clean.
Well, that's awesome. We're going to have one coming up to you right now.
How you doing today?
Good. I've just pulled up, I've just dropped off my recyclables, and I've paid you, and I've now driven off. So what happens to the stuff I just dropped off with you?
What we do is we take the cart, we dump it onto our conveyor belt, and it basically gets run down and baled right away, and we ship our bales out to Albuquerque.
So our old cardboard, our old plastic now becomes new cardboard, new plastic?
That is correct.
So I noticed with the last car that you were talking to that she had mentioned glass recycling. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, we got 2 drop-offs for our glass. One, when people are using the carts, they use our first glass chute. When they have just glass, we prefer to send them down to the next one, just so it doesn't make a cluster line up here. And it's beyond the gate, so people can do that 24/7, when we're closed, on the weekends, anything like that. And we don't really get involved with it. We just make sure there's no lids and it's bottles and jars, and the customer pretty much handles the glass by themselves.
Nice. Now, weren't you telling me before that people kind of like to hear the glass falling?
It is very addicting to small children and women, I believe.
I can attest to that. The sound of smashing glass. It's amazing. You're having a bad day, Durango? Just come up here, recycle some glass. Are there right and wrong ways to recycle?
The right way would be to have everything clean, rinsed out, and your glass separated, all your lids off of your glass, in with your single stream mix.
So what can people do to make your job easier up here?
What would make it basically perfect is if everything was perfectly as clean as they could get, the effort that the people have that come to drop off, they do an exceptional job of keeping their stuff clean and keeping plastic bags out.
What do you like about working here?
It's a really good environment to work with. All our employees here, we got a pretty good amount of teamwork here. It's a pretty good flow.
Have you seen any very weird things come through that people try to drop off to recycle?
Some of the things, I've had people come up with a truck full of clothes, and then a truck full of old wood, and and I just said, we don't do that. And of course, in my mind, I'm thinking sending our clothes and wood through our baler, which would completely mess it up.
So if people want to drop off their recyclables, can you tell them where they need to come?
We're at 710 Tech Center Drive. There's 12 of us that work here, and there's always somebody out front.
And can anyone bring their recyclables here? Is it just city residents that can do that, or can anyone come in?
Anybody could come in. Anybody, whether they're from Florida, from Bayfield.
Oh my goodness.
And it would be the same rule. It would be whether they put one thing in or they fill it up is $3. And then city residents, they have to bring their garbage utility bill if they have any kind of extra that's not going to fit in their can, and they don't have to pay.
So you heard it from Dan, everybody. Come one, come all. He takes everyone.
So Adrien, do you wear work gloves much in your line of work?
I can't say that I do, no.
Okay, because just a little FYI, these gloves are on backwards.
Well, see, that's why I don't work at the recycle center. I just type on a keyboard all day. Always wanted to do that. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Durango Works.